Roxy and Emily and everyone who is involved in the Jessica situation, you guys are such liars. You guys are such liars. I finally talked to the person who's actually in charge of all this shit, and she said she asked everyone a long time ago to stop talking about this, and you guys wouldn't. Are you kidding me? And now her friends are continuing to reach out about the podcast. Her friends are trying to get the podcast to stop talking about her, all this stuff. And Roxy and Emily don't give a fuck. But listen to this. I called this number thinking it was somebody who was like trying to hurt Jessica, or somebody who was trying to poke her family. And it's actually the lady who is trying to get people to stop talking about Jessica. So get them to stop.
Yeah, I've had a couple of her friends reach out to me asking me if I can help get it to stop, and I messaged everybody when it happened, and it was going on, like, back in, what was that? Yeah. I don't even know, the beginning of the year.
Yes.
And nobody, like, listened to me or anything. Like,
what?
I've messaged them, I've tried to, I even told them that I went to the police and told them exactly what the police told me.
Yeah.
And it hasn't stopped anything. So I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. It's just, it's such a mess. And I mean, I'm not even sure exactly who Jessica's friend was that contacted me, you know? And so I feel so guilty.
I believe her name was Kayla.
Is it Kayla? Okay.
I think so. And I think she's really good friends with Jessica, but
yeah.
I think she jumped the gun on some things, and then I think now she's probably regretting a lot of that. But,
yeah. I saw, you know, I didn't expect it. I mean, I would go viral quite often, but I was shocked that the story went viral, and, you know, and it was just, yeah, I've been trying to, like, not mention her name for a while, because immediately some vulture-y people got involved and were questioning, like, my validity in the whole situation, and I did everything I could to make sure it was a true story. And then, and I felt so guilty because she had messaged me months ago about that situation and making a part in this, and, like, I'm doing my best to try to get them to be quiet, and they keep saying over and over again that nobody has reached out to them, and I know that's a lie. So I apologize for any extra stress I've caused, and I'm trying so hard to, you know, I tried to stop talking about it the second the vultures got a hold of the story, about 5 days after I put it out, and it just hasn't stopped since. So I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I don't think I don't know about her family at all, because he can't even get on the internet or, like, look at his phone type stuff. So
okay.
He doesn't, I don't think, even know what's going on. So, and then as far as her family, I think there's been a couple people that reached out to them asking if they could contact and try to get stuff removed. But if that happened, they aren't, like, participating in that at all. I don't know if you know her history with her family, but her family were her friends. Like, her family. Yeah, that's what I said. Let her down a lot in life and after death, you know, after she died. So, yeah, I think it's mostly her friends that are trying to get it to stop. And that's who it was affected the most, I think. But as far as, like, family and stuff go, I don't think they're even really paying much attention to it. So yeah, it sounds like they weren't that close to her that's what Kayla had originally told me too. So yeah, it's pretty sad that she was let down so much in life, and then after she died too. Yeah, it's super sad. Yeah, it breaks my heart. Well, I'm going to do everything I can. Like, I try to never talk about it, but right now I'm going through, like, they came for my whole life, and they used Jessica to try to make me look like a liar, and it's crazy, and it's disgusting, and it's sadistic, and whatever happened to me doesn't matter. Like, what I want is for them to respect her memory and to stop talking about it and to stop spreading rumors about it, because it's no one's business what happened that night. Like,
it's no one's business. So I'm so glad that it was actually you on the other side of this phone. I tried to not like poke at anyone or get super involved. So I'm just disgusted that people tried so hard to, I don't know. I just feel guilty for my part in it. And in the future, I will be much more like careful about that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for your time.
Perfect. I'll let her, a couple of friends that I have contact with, I'll let them know.
Okay.
If there's something that comes up or something that you could use my help on, I don't know what it would be, but
okay.
Feel free to keep my number. And,
same.
If there's anybody else that you talk to, they're like, well, I'd like to talk to her.
Yes.
Feel free to give up my number, and I'll try to do what I can on my end to get it to
Perfect.
stop.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And same to you. Like, if her friends or anyone, please keep my number. And if there's anything that I can do, or anyone that wants to talk to me or ask me like what happened or like my part in it or whatever, like I'm happy to talk about it, and I will do everything I can. Like, I'm trying to honor her memory in every way I can, and I just feel awful that it all turned out like this. So thank you.
Sucks that it happened, but maybe it's because somebody needed to hear it and it's going to help them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I kind of hold on to, is I think everything kind of happens for a reason.
Same.
Even though it's kind of messy and ugly, I think there's a reason behind it. So, don't beat yourself up too much about it.
Thank you. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I just hate that people trying to hurt me would use her memory in that way, or her situation, and like it's just wildly inappropriate. But I think you're so right, and I hope that it helped like save a different life, or something like her memory is still like something amazing is happening because she was alive. So it's true. So yeah, I agree with that fully. But thank you so much. It was wonderful speaking with you, and please let me know in the future if you need anything or anybody else needs to speak with me. And same to you.
I will do. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
When all the other stuff went down, it's like nice of you to post. And I believe in one of them, she is talking about, if not those two, the one before that, she's talking about needing someone to, I shouldn't say need someone to die, but she's implying very much someone's going to die from spiritual psychosis, and she needed someone to die. And then she let one of her parasocial relationships. Does anyone know if she ever actually talked to that person who left the comment? Like had a one-on-one conversation at any point?
To my knowledge, they had made a public comment on her page saying that they were worried about their friend who was in spiritual psychosis or something to that effect. I'm sure there's a receipt. And then a few weeks later, a month later, whatever it was, they then private messaged and said, hey, I remember my friend, now she's dead, and whatever that said.
I don't know any more than either of you. I do remember that there was a comment weeks prior, a friend being concerned about the friend in spiritual psychosis, quote unquote, and then I don't know about a private message because that was never posted, and we know Allie screenshots and posts everything. She's the receipt queen, right? One thing I don't know if there was ever a follow-up with that person. The DM was never posted.
There were two comments that were posted, two different comments, I believe.
I thought that the second one was a DM. I could be wrong. My understanding was the second one was a DM to her directly because they were going back and forth. It could have been a public comment, but I thought it was a private comment that she did post, so I could be wrong.
The video that I came into the situation on was a comment video mentioning the woman that died. But as far as DMs go, unless I seen screenshots of them, I'm not sure if there was an ongoing conversation or not.
I mean, it's like this person could have been anyone in that person's life. It could have been somebody who they hadn't like talked in 10 years because they felt they were in spiritual psychosis because they're
friend being concerned about the friend in spiritual psychosis, quote unquote, and then I don't know about a private message because that was never posted, and we know Allie screenshots and posts everything. She's the receipt queen, right? One thing I don't know if there was ever a follow-up with that person. The DM was never posted.
There were two comments that were posted, two different comments, I believe.
I thought that the second one was a DM. I could be wrong. My understanding was the second one was a DM to her directly because they were going back and forth. It could have been a public comment, but I thought it was a private comment that she did post, so I could be wrong.
The video that I came into the situation on was a comment video mentioning the woman that died. But as far as DMs go, unless I seen screenshots of them, I'm not sure if there was an ongoing conversation or not.
I mean, it's like this person could have been anyone in that person's life. It could have been somebody who they hadn't like talked in 10 years because they felt they were in spiritual psychosis because they're whatever religion they are, and they and it could have been an acquaintance. It could have been her very best friend. It could have been the person who made her no longer here on this planet. It could have been anyone, and it could have been Allie. Like that one I don't think it is. I think Allie really did. It was like, oh, finally this moment. But anyone could have been on the other side of that comment. It could have been planned for months ago when they first started. Remember that?
My speculation, I feel like that friend was a cult follower of Allie. I'm just speculating. They could have just been a super fan of Allie and heard about Jessica and thought, ooh, this is my opportunity to get attention from Allie because she constantly talks about spiritual psychosis, and my friend was into New Age, or this person that I follow was into New Age, and they died. They took their own life. Maybe we don't know for sure. Maybe Allie will respond to me.
You are all such fucking liars. Number one, who needs to waste all this time? Was it a comment? Was it a DM? Was it this? Was it that? You could ask me. You could ask me, the person you made the whole fucking podcast about. You could ask me. They're like, does anybody know, did Allie, when she was talking to this friend, blah, 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 blah. You three dill holes need something better to do with your time. You could ask the person that you're making all this bullshit about. One of you has my actual phone number. I've tried to reach out to JUBILEE a million times. I asked Jubilee, hey, what's your issue with me? Did I actually hurt you? Like, what do you really need to say to me? I gave her an opportunity to say it. And she goes, you can reference my YouTube videos. You people just want to hear yourselves fucking talk, but now you're all getting exposed again. Again! And yeah, Roxy, I am the receipt queen. Roxy literally says in this that, Jessica's friend, like, Kayla wasn't even Jessica's friend. I'm the only person in this situation who didn't lie, who didn't fucking exploit her, and Jubilee really has the fucking balls to say that I needed someone to die. I didn't need anyone to die, Jubilee. I was trying to save lives, and you guys took a space from people that was saving lives. 4 or 5 a fucking day at least. I was getting 4 or 5, and that's not a fucking exaggeration, emails, DMs, or Instagram messages that I had saved someone's fucking life with my content. And Jubilee has the fucking audacity to say that I wanted Jessica to die? That was the second person that fucking week who told me their friend died from TikTok. You fucks! Once again, Jubilee has no respect for human life. People in that Reddit thread, because Jessica lived close to me. She died about 25 minutes from my house. People in the Reddit thread literally said that I found her on YouTube. I made up these comments and that I went and killed her so that I could have a story. Have fun with what's coming, Jubilee. Have fun. And all of them know now that nobody's supposed to be talking about this woman. Roxy and Emily have lied for months. And did you hear Roxy? She's like, oh, Allie saw this story and jumped on it. I didn't need this story. I did it out of the goodness of my fucking heart. I knew I was going to lose my platforms over this shit. And I did it because I believed that that woman died because of Laura Faye. Fuck. I knew I was going to lose everything I worked for, or possibly lose one of my accounts. I didn't think it would get this nasty. I thought I would lose Allie Starts a Cult over this whole situation, and it was worth it, and it's still worth it. It's still worth it because people now, Jessica is helping me expose all of you and exposing New Age spirituality even more. And when I do this documentary this summer, I'm literally doing a documentary. I can't say who it is. But when that shit comes out in a year or two, all of this will have mattered, and Jessica's memory will matter even more. And you know how many people saw that shit about Laura Faye? Millions. The only person who used this death as a sick fucking opportunity was Roxy. Ugh. Her death will not be in vain. Part of why I will not go back to TikTok is because I will not let this whole story go viral again, because it will. It will go viral again, and we'll all start fighting, and it'll turn into this bullshit. But at least on these smaller accounts, we can keep this a little bit contained. And Roxy and Emily and Juby have 0 views. All of their views are from our people getting information because they're literally giving us an expose on all of their crimes. But like, that podcast is going fucking nowhere. No one is listening to it except for Jessica's friends who are begging for them to take it down. And then you have those 3 dillholes sitting there in their echo chamber. They really don't think that they're delusional liars. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, but they can all rot in whatever space they're in. And like, the authorities will be involved soon. So I have to rest in that. But her death will not go down like this. It will not go down as this tragedy where her fucking family deserts her and then she has these assholes that will not leave her alone on the internet. That's not how this is going to go down. I don't care what happens to me. I care about her. How it's gonna go down is her memory helped expose so much shit in New Age spirituality, and her memory helped expose Jubilee Briscoe, who is a danger to fucking society and anyone she comes in contact with. and exposed Roxy and exposed Emily, and they can keep their weird little 150 followers of an actual cult. But the saddest cult on the planet, but you guys are the only cult leaders here, and you can't even get cult followers. That's fucking embarrassing. But Jessica is going to be known as someone who was so loved. I don't know her. I'm not going to act like I did, like JUBILEE, and be like, she was amazing. Like, you don't fucking know her. But her friends, who were her real family, who reached out to me, and I did get her some fucking justice, and hopefully those videos helped save someone else, and Laura Faye got punished for a little bit. And I also heard that she got her new TikTok account banned too. And Laura Faye is a dangerous creator. Again, I am not about silencing anyone. I'm about having real discussions on the internet and getting education out there so people can make their own decisions. But if Laura Faye's off TikTok again, that's good. That saves lives, literally. Jessica was so loved by her friends, and Roxy and Emily don't listen. Her friends were her family, and I am her fucking representative on the internet now. Not you, dill fucks, okay? I wish I could call you guys a lot of other things. If I didn't have to think about community guidelines, you know, like, catch me outside, if you know what I'm saying. For real, none of you would even come up. None of you. It would be on site. On site, and I am scrappy as fuck. But her friends were her family. And they are asking you, so her family is asking you directly right the fuck now to stop talking about her. I brought her onto the internet, so I get to decide what the fuck happens now. Right? And I'm the only one who respects her. I don't even want to be talking about her right now. And all of you need to stop. Like, I know it doesn't matter. They won't. They're just going to find some other way to spin this. It's so crazy when you really think that, like, at some point when the whole truth gets out there, something will stop. No, it won't. Abusers do not respond to rationale. They don't respond to honesty, and they don't respond to people needing compassion from them. In fact, they get even more nasty. So I can't wait to see what the next spin-off of all this bullshit is, but I'm not going to wait and see it. I've been working my fucking ass off for a deadline that's coming today. And I am not looking at anything from them or anyone else or posting on the internet for a while. I need to actually fucking heal from all of this. I found out what fucking happened. I wasn't even going to come back. Maybe till winter time after all this shit happened. I almost died. But I found out what actually happened. I came back because I found out what actually fucking happened, and it was time for some vindication. But I have to actually go heal from this. And these people need to get unfucking addicted to me. Like, yesterday. And they probably won't, and it's probably gonna take till they get a fucking knock at the door. But have fun. I'm going to go actually do good shit with my life. And I'm going to stop perpetuating this Jessica mess because I'm not using her for views. I'm trying to right all this shit that was made wrong. But Jessica, just like her actual friend just told me, something spiritual is going to come from this, is already coming from this. And I really think that, like, her story in a couple years with everything that the projects I'm working on and like all this stuff, maybe the books that I'm writing, like, we are exposing New Age spirituality together. So thank you, Jessica, and fuck. I don't want to use her in some weird way and claim her like Roxy and everyone does, but I'm just saying, like, I refuse to let them be the final say on, like, what this situation was, and they do not give a fuck about her. For 2 seconds. They don't give a fuck about her or the truth. And yeah. And I hope that I can honor her memory, and I hope that she knows that people are fighting for her, and that she knows how much her friends really, really loved her, and that she did have family here. And it's really sad to hear that her family also messed things up and dropped the ball after her death, but it makes sense. And we need to respect her friends. That's her family. I hate that abusive people got a hold of her story. You guys are truly vile.